think I know how things should be done. So it would be a difficult day for everybody but me.
I'm trying to think of something noble, really. I would just get rid of all these horrible politicians, get them out, say no thank you, send them home on suspension.
Well, if it was only one day and then things revert to normal afterwards, then it would be the passage of a whole raft worldwide, so it would be quite complicated but doable, of some very draconian laws.
I would stop people killing whales. Slightly cheesy, but there you go.
Because then that would obviously come into effect after the day.
If I were to rule the world for a day, I would go to the forest and go for a walk.
In the day, there's not much you can do, you know.
I don't think I would have any desire to rule anyone whatsoever, and I don't think you can fix this place. I've found a lot of nasty words with P there. In a day.
Oh, well, I'm gonna skip the cliche like world peace and hunger, very important things. But you know what? I would free up the borders because I feel very strongly about that. Actually, just the freedom for people to move and grow and exist in different cultures to their own. So that's probably something I would do.
That's really difficult. That's really difficult. You know, where do you start?
First thing I think that I would do is give education to everybody, because education is absolutely the tool for freedom.
I would get rid of borders everywhere and let all the great minds get together in all the countries and let them solve all the world's problems.
There's no one thing that you could do, I don't think anyway, that would really fix everything, right? Maybe, oh, yes.
Sounds a bit cliche, but I'd redistribute wealth.
If we change the way that we educate people and the way that we normalize our systems and our structures, I think that's a good place to start.
Because why should 3, 4, 5 people have all the wealth and everyone else be skint and not be able to afford their bills?
I would do something momentous like take all the money and share it out properly. How effective that would be, I have my doubts if I'm only ruling the world for a day. I'm not sure. But I would do something like that.
I wouldn't necessarily strip all their wealth, but I would take enough that everyone had enough. Either that or I would just wipe debt for like your average Joe, not blooming Donald Trump or whatever, but your average Joe that's working 40 hours a week trying to make a buck and not getting it.
I would just like everyone to just do, you know that phrase, you do you. I think that's like my personal life philosophy of, you know, as long as you're doing what you're doing and it makes you happy and it's not hurting other people, I think that would be the sort of, I would try and make people understand that, I guess, a bit more of like, it doesn't matter what someone else is doing, it doesn't affect you. And if it does, maybe they shouldn't be doing it, but you know, most of the time what people are doing and how they think and how they feel, it doesn't affect anybody else, and so it shouldn't matter to you.
It's a strange question, that, because I always feel, you know, people have asked me that before, you have that conversation, don't you, sometimes? And I always feel like people want, you should say something like world peace, like if you were a beauty pageant girl, you know? I have no aspirations to rule the world, but I like to think that I can change my little corner of it, and that's what I try to do every day.
In the day, there's not much you can do, you know, unless I had superpowers, in which case all bets are off.
I guess if I'm saying you ruled the world for a day, that's kind of a superpower.
Yeah, but I'd want, you know, like laser eyes and immense strength and...
I want that now.